All right, good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to thank Joe Joseph. I just spent so much time talking to Joe Joseph that it's gotten in my head. Joe Sullivan, for everything that Joe has done for us and setting this beautiful location for us to come. Joe didn't know this. Thank you, Joe. Joe didn't know this, but I grew up in this park, and I only found out that we were coming here a couple of days ago when I was in Germany. But I started playing baseball at that field when I was 6 years old, and I stayed here till I was 17. My parents were working 2 jobs, and I was what was called a parks kid, because your parents would drop you off, and then they would say, when do you want me to pick you up? And I say, when the sun goes down. And I stayed here playing baseball every weekend and practice here for a lengthy time. Equally, I played football for the Tamiami Colts, who are here as well, and spent a lot of time in that pool, as you can imagine. And with this beautiful weather, it's an all year round event. So for those of you who work at this park and for the parks team, thank you, right? Thank you for keeping the park alive. I was saying to the commissioner and to the director that everything starts with parks, which is their saying. And for someone like myself, this park was pivotal, and Joe knew nothing about that when he selected that. So there's good karma and a good reason why we're here. So a couple things which I think are important about why we're here. First of all, I want to thank all the DHL volunteers and all the family that came out. Thank you so much. Some of you have driven from Broward to come all the way to Dade County, right, to invest. So there's a lot of Broward folks here that are committing and giving back to Dade County. And even though our headquarters is in Plantation, the CEO lives in Dade County. So, and I'm sure Joe didn't know that either. Hopefully that wasn't the reason why Joe you picked this location. So I'm excited. I got behind this. Was probably one of the, we do so much from a corporate social responsibility standpoint at DHL, and everybody asks me, well, why are you with the company for 20 years and why do you love the company so much? This is one of the reasons why I love DHL so much, and that is the fact that we're giving back in the communities that we live in, that we play in, that we spend time in. So for me, there's no better organization to be part of and no better time to be part of DHL than right now. So what are we doing? And our group CEO, who's a big believer in giving back from a corporate social responsibility, says that we're setting the standard for the future of transport sector and doing our part to help the world community reach its goal, limiting global warming to less than 2 degrees Celsius. So that's a big commitment and a big part. So what are we doing about it? This is our commitment by 2025. We want to increase our carbon efficiency by 50% compared with our baseline from 2007. We want 70% of our first and last mile delivery, both pickup and delivery solutions, either to be electric, either to be bicycle, or some form of renewable energy. And we're doing that already. Our commitment in the Americas is to have 50% of our fleet. And Joe's got a big responsibility in making sure that happens with Richard Saavedra. And I know Richard would be here, but he's off going to go see the U play against Clemson. Hopefully you're rooting for the U, right? But if not, Richard would be here. We want 50% of our sales to incorporate green solutions to our customers, and we aim to train 80% of our employees to become certified Go Green specialists by actively being involved in our environment, climate protection activities, and this includes joining with partner organizations to plant 1 million trees per year. And when I saw that, when that first came out, I said, this is absolutely impressive in commitment. And the fact that we're in 220 countries globally, we're in every country in the world except one, which we will be in the next 90 days. But we're in every country in the world, and we're going to be doing this type of initiative across the world collectively. So I want to thank Miami-Dade County. Thank you for having us. Also, One Tree Planted for partnering with DHL today. And I also want to thank our valued volunteers again for their passion, their commitment, for taking a day off on Saturday to come and be with us and get off of this activity. So let's plant some trees and let's have some fun. Thank you very much.
Let me just make one other introduction before we go. We have representatives from my colleague on the Board of County Commissioners.